What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new here, I'm Emily. I am an Alpha athlete and I am the current overall bikini champion of the SSC. Posted a Q&A on my Instagram, just like seeing what questions you guys had about my reverse, my off season, because I'm now 18 weeks out from my first show of 2024, but I am gonna be doing it through my workout. Let's get it. So we're pretty much gonna touch a little bit of everything because I'm sore as F. So I do need to hit back, but like honestly, I'm dying. Assisted. Okay, first question. What does a good reverse look like? Typically, a proper reverse looks like slowly scaling up your food out of the deficit you've been in while slowly decreasing your cardio. It allows your hormones to all get back in balance because typically right after the show, your hunger is out of whack. So sometimes when we just introduce a ton of food right away, your body just wants to hold on to all of it. You're just a calorie sponge and allowing your metabolism to be able to use that food in a really good way. Oh, she's weak. 4. I used to be able to do like easily 10. We're at 4. Yikes. Okay, next question. What do athletes typically experience post-show? You experience a lot of different things. A lot of athletes talk about they've experienced like post-show blues. You go from like this huge buildup to getting on stage and then it's just done. So you just had like 4 months of like building up. You do the show, it was so great, and then it's like nothing. And so that's a lot of times what like competitors call that post-show blue, because now it's like, now what? You experience your hunger out of control. I think that is really the most common. A lot of times people feel a little like directionless after a show, or like they've kind of lost the excitement and love for being in the gym. I mean, I know that's what I kind of ran into a lot. I ran into like kind of losing my motivation right away, going back into the gym and like after being so structured for so long. Next question. Oh, do you feel like you failed your reverse? For my own standards, yes, I definitely do. I have my coach still and was being given all the guidance necessary. I was eating my meal plan, but then I was just, if I felt like it, I was eating other foods around it. I'm in denial that like my metabolism wasn't capable of using that food correctly. I honestly feel like it makes me a better competitor because now going out of the next show, I know better what to expect. And it also is gonna help me be a better coach. Those experiences are ingrained in me, and that's definitely something that I can pass on to my clients as well. We're gonna move on to some triceps. Tell my coach, but I hate hitting triceps, and a lot of times I might skip them. All right, what would you tell someone who feels like they've gone too far and now have put on too much body fat post-show? First, I would tell you, baby, you're gonna be fine. I think like when you're in the thick of it, literally, when you're in the thick of it, it truly feels like, oh my God, I've gone way too far, there's no coming back from this, and it's just not the case. Everything it's all about time. Like, it's a time and patience game. And the sooner you can get consistent with your food, the sooner that you'll be able to correct everything. Whatever you have done can and will be undone. I think check in with your coach and be honest about what you're dealing with. If you feel uncontrollable with food, or if there's other health issues, like just be forthcoming. Patience, consistency, and time. All right. Do you have any tips for pulling out of a slump? I'm so over being in the gym. Girl. Okay, right after I got out of my show, I had been in prep for a really long time. And so I felt so weak in the gym. And so every time I'd go into the gym, I just felt like pathetic. Like I can't even lift, I can't get a pump, like I just feel frail because you just get so depleted, right? And so that, for me, I lost the connection between feeling strong and like the things that made me feel good about being in the gym. Helped me a lot was I changed my split. I asked my coach to set up a different training plan for me. I just felt like I had some type of newness. First thing that I would do if I was in a slump, bug. Being up and getting dressed, I think I kind of fell into like the really oversized, slumpy clothes, wasn't doing my hair, wasn't making myself visually look good. So then when you're feeling like shit, you have no motivation, and then you on top of it, when you look in the mirror, you're like, whatever put together looks like to you, do that. Put on things that make you feel good, make yourself feel put together, and like you actually put in effort, because that psychologically just like kind of plays a trick on your mind. My whole body is like toast right now. This is supposed to be a mic'd up workout, but I'm dying. I'm gonna take a little break and pose. All right, what else? What do you wish you did differently? Oh my God, so many things. What don't I wish? I think I wish I had made the connection, like one again with like the mind muscle thing with feeling how strong I felt as soon as I was like replenished with more food. So I definitely wish I made that connection faster. I think that I wish I didn't compare myself so much to other people and how their reverse was going. I did that a lot. I kept feeling like, oh my God, this person is just like perfect in their reverse. They're doing everything right. And I'm over here just not getting me closer to my goals. You know, post-show, I kind of went through a lot. I had a family member pass away, and so right after the show, I spent the first 3 weeks doing a lot of travel and being there with my family and helping however I could, even if it was like just my presence. So right off the bat, I was not in a normal routine, not going to the gym, not prepping my meals, thinking I could just be flexible and kind of eat around everything. And so I think it was just kind of a recipe for disaster, and I kept thinking in my head that we're just gonna wait until things calm down, and then I'll pick it up. And so I think I wish I didn't wait for things to calm down. I wish I just kind of jumped right into it and didn't spend the first couple of weeks just flailing. The next question was, how do you deal with being so much bigger than your stage look? Wish that could have been phrased differently. I honestly am fine with it. I think the one thing I feel fortunate about is like I never dealt with like the body image issues. I feel more womanly and more confident when I am like in a fuller figure and shapely. So I prefer my off-season shape actually. But like overall from like a body image standpoint, like I feel like my best self right now because I have my muscle, but I'm like shapely, I have some body fat, so I just feel womanly, and so I don't really have an issue with my off-season shape. I think that we have issue with it when we are eating like crap and treating our body like a dumpster. But putting body fat back on is healthy and should be the goal. Like that should be what you want to do, is put body fat back on. All right, that was pretty lame. I forgot to keep recording while I finished my workout. My bad. I'm gonna eat and then get some work done and then drive to the airport. So let's go eat and I'll finish the rest of these questions. Okay, last few questions. How do you know when you're ready to end your off season? Talk to your coach. You say, coach, am I ready? And he'll say yes or he'll say no. Alex was basically like, yeah, we can do this. So that's what I'm going off of. So talk to your coach and let them give you the green light. And you know, it just really depends on what your purpose of your off season was. Like if you needed to put on a lot of muscle, then you're probably gonna need a longer off season. If you only need to put on a couple pounds, then you know, that's a little more feasible in like 6 months. So, okay. Do you still work with your coach? Yes. I still work with Alex. How long has your off season been? About 5 months, but we weren't very intentional probably the first month of it. So I feel like 4 months of like really being intentional about like growth and being on my plan and stuff like that. And it's gonna be a pretty gradual jump into prep, like a little over 2 more months. So I'm looking at like 6 really, really intentional months of pushing myself as hard as I can. And then once you start getting into a deficit, it's really like just doing all that you can to keep your strength and not muscle waste. But I think I can do a lot more growth in the next couple of months, basically. Last one is, what do you think you'll do differently this season? I think what I really want to do differently is focus a lot more on like recovery and mobility, because that's just going to help with like all my posing. It's going to help with like muscle growth in general. I want to continue having like as positive as an outlook as I possibly can. I really want to do differently this year. Towards the end, I got in a place where like everyone was kind of walking on eggshells around me and trying not to overwhelm me. I definitely want to be a lot more grounded as I go through prep this time. I want to make sure like people feel like they can not have to worry like I'm going to get overwhelmed at any certain point in time. This is the season that we're going to attempt for a pro card for the first time, so that means you just kind of have to like embrace what it means to be a pro and act like one and lead like one. So it's really what I want to do differently this year. Last year was just getting on stage and allowing the whole experience to be whatever it was. This year is different. It's a very powerful year for sure. All right, that's it for my little Q&A. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stick around. I'm excited to take you guys along this season. Oh, I just got full body chills. Ooh, it's gonna be a good one.